What's up guys, I'm Chris Doughty, aka Doughtinator. Welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to talk about alt accounts, Smurf accounts, rammer accounts, whatever you like to call them. These are the accounts that are a secondary account or the third account that a driver has to go racing for whatever reason. So some people have them, I have them. Right now playing on screen now is reserve driver. This is my alt account, and yeah, playing in the background we're going to have a fantastic race from cockpit view, which is absolutely superb in these Group 2 cars. I've got to say I really enjoyed this race, so hopefully that's some great background footage to keep you entertained while I go off rambling talking about alt accounts. As always in my videos, I'm always really keen to see what you think about this, so get involved in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on alt accounts, and we'll discuss that right now. Let's first discuss why people may use an alt account. So GT Sport is region locked, so when you're playing in sport mode you are match made by your region. So if I wanted to race against US players, I can't do that. If I wanted to do daily races with Asia or Australian players, I can't do that. I'm region locked to Europe. The second reason alt accounts are used is to protect DR for your main account that you may use for FIA races. So FIA races, points are awarded based on your DR, so whichever split you end up in. So if you're in top split, second split, it's a much higher points for coming 4th, 5th, 6th, whatever, compared to if you're like a B rated driver. And even if you win as a B rated driver, you can still get more points in a top split or a high split lobby, even just for coming 20th. So protecting your DR on your main account is important if you do FIA, and this is very important. Certainly when the penalty system was quite random and maybe overly strict, you could get a DR reset just by having a few random incidents where maybe necessarily it wasn't your fault, where you had a DR or an SR down. You get a couple of them and you can get your DR completely reset back to B rated or something like that. So a lot of people use alt accounts to protect the DR on their main account. Another reason for an alt account is to perhaps race from the back of the pack, as we're doing right now as reserve driver. If I've set a qualifying time on my main account but I want to race from the back, for example, in a couple of races, or mix things up and try weird things like cockpit view, for example, I have already set that qualifying time. I can't unset that qualifying time, so I can't choose to start from the back. I have to use a different account that has not set a qualifying time. Speaking of racing from the back, we are now in 17th position, and this starts to get good in this race here. Closing into the back of 16th place, they're going to go side by side on corner exit, and they're going to really start to get into each other, and we're going to really benefit from this. We're going to look to the inside of the driver here into the braking zone, but he throws it down the inside and makes that move on the car ahead. Actually fantastic stuff there. Huge risk. Now we're going to try and run it around the outside of these guys. One of them's clear, one of them's still side by side with me, and we've been run wide and spun in, well, perfect 360. And again, alt account, I'm not that bothered about the DR in this account, and this is where we're going to start to talk about something. So when a driver is using an alt account, I think it's very important for them still to race respectfully. I don't want to see drivers thinking just because they're on the alt account they can do massive sends or just race dirty or anything like that. When I'm racing as reserve driver, I'm 100% racing exactly how I would on my main account. The same rules, same respect. I typically use my alt account to race races where I'm not so confident, or races where I'm just using cockpit view, for example, or the lesser favoured car. And that's what I think is an important thing. If you're using an alt account to just race a bit recklessly, then I don't think that's right. I don't think that's fair. No matter when you take to the track, you own that account. You should take responsibility for the way you drive, the way the races play out. So no matter which account I'm using, I'm always going to be 100% respectful to every racer we go racing with. Another potential negative of alt accounts is when those multiple accounts all set a respectable qualifying time. In fact, any qualifying time. For example, a few weeks ago, a month ago maybe, I pushed my arse off to get 38th in EMEA. Now, any of those 37 drivers ahead of me have the potential to just repeat that fast lap. So, for example, if the driver in 5th place had 3 alt accounts and they all set a respectable qualifying time, they would all be in front of me within that EMEA list. That would put me down to 40 something, 42nd. Now, yeah, is that fair? Am I being beaten by 41 other drivers, or is it only 35 other drivers that are faster than me? Something to consider, I think. So I very much try and not set a qualifying time in whichever account I'm not using. I'll only set one qualifying time on one account each week, just because I think that's the fairest way to just have the leaderboard. I think that's me done rambling for this video, but as always, I'm interested to hear you start rambling. Get yourself in that comments. Let me know what you think about alt accounts. Do you have an alt account? Do you specifically not have an alt account? Would you like it to be able to choose which region you race on the account you're actively using, instead of being forced to create a new account to go and race in a different region to your home region? If you have found this video interesting, hit that like button, let me know in the comments below, and we'll catch you in the next one.